Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to Tasmania on the Spirit of Tasmania. We are currently in Melbourne, so we're going to start driving down to Geelong now, where the port is, and then we'll get on the Spirit of Tasmania and I'll show you around the boat. People say that the boat is a very rough ride and many people get sick, so I'll let you know whether or not I vomited when we get there. This video is meant as a guide to help you on your journey to Tasmania on the Spirit of Tasmania, and is based on personal experience and is not an official guide. The journey from Melbourne to Geelong took about an hour and a half, including a stop for petrol, which I recommend you take so that you have petrol to get off the Spirit of Tasmania on the other side. But wait, what about the preparation? Generally, rental car companies do not allow their cars to travel on the Spirit of Tasmania. If you plan on going out on the deck, pack a warm jacket. It gets very cold and windy out there. Pack a bag with all your essentials for the journey: toiletries, jackets, snacks, medication, and more. You will not be allowed to return to your vehicle once you park it on board until you arrive, and there is no soap in the cabins, only towels. Each passenger must purchase their own ticket. If you are bringing a car, you must declare the exact make and model of the car you are driving, and you must drive this car on the day. This gives the crew the dimensions of your vehicle and allows them to best utilize the limited space on board. For this reason, your car will not be allowed on the ship if the details do not match. You will have a choice of accommodation in a cabin, or the more economical option of sitting in a common area with assigned reclined seating. Here, there are lockers which you can pay for bags, or you can simply place them on the provided shelves. I recommend you arrive in Geelong well before your boarding time to account for any traffic delays and unforeseen circumstances. If you do this, you'll likely have plenty of time to spare. At Geelong, there is a picturesque coastline with a beautiful jetty which is well worth the walk. There are also plenty of toilets in this area. Along this coastline are a series of bollards. There are over 100 of them in total. Every 20 minutes there is a small train which drives along the beaches past some of the bollards. There's plenty of seaside food like fish and chips, and there was a mussel boat with freshly cooked mussels, which were good value and delicious. Arrive in the time window 45 minutes to 2.5 hours before the ship departs. You will have to wait in line, so I suggest arriving 2.5 hours before and getting earlier access on the ship. When you arrive at the gate, you'll be asked to present your boarding passes and will be given tickets, which opens your cabin or gives you access to the ocean recliners. You will then be guided to drive through customs, where an officer will ask you a series of questions and have a quick peek in your car.
Yes. Yeah.
For biosecurity reasons, no fresh fruit and vegetables are allowed on the way to Tasmania, although it seemed that going away from Tasmania was okay. There's a small waiting area with a minimal cafe, so you do not have to wait in the car. You'll be guided by the staff to drive to the deck where you'll park your car on the ship. You can then take a card with directions to your car so that you know where to go back to when you arrive. To get the elephant out of the room, it takes approximately 10 hours to complete the journey either way. The ship has 11 decks with 4 sets of unique coloured stairs joining these decks. Decks 1 to 6 are vehicle decks, and deck 11 is a helipad. You will not be able to access these decks after departure. You will spend most of your waking hours on board on deck 7. As a hub for entertainment and food, it has 2 small cinemas with multiple screenings per sailing. There's a reception area with a tourism hub with brochures and information for attractions in Tasmania. You can get the National Parks Pass on board for convenience if you're planning to go to areas like Cradle Mountain or Frasernet National Park. You can get a once-off per National Park Pass or 1 2-month pass for all national parks, or a 1-year version too. The pantry is the onboard shop, selling drinks, pastries, pies, souvenirs and basic toiletries. There's a bar and a restaurant with general lounging areas next to the windows. There is free filtered water on deck 7 near the orange stairs. Deck 8 is where most of the cabins are and the reclined seating. Deck 9 is mainly crew area with a miniature arcade. You can also go outside. Deck 10 has a kids play area with a gaming station and a bar which sells pizza and toasties for $12 and $9 respectively. The pizza and toasties are very nice and vegetarian options are available. I would suggest getting food from deck 10 as it is less crowded than deck 7. You should also get your dinner as soon as you get on board to beat the crowds. There is no free Wi-Fi on board, although because of the new port location in Geelong, the first 1 to 2 hours after departure is near the coast, so you may be able to access data from your mobile devices. If you're travelling at night, sunset and sunrise is definitely worth watching from the outdoor decks. There will be a wake-up call 45 minutes before you arrive. The ship will arrive at 5:30 AM in the morning for night ships, although departure for passengers doesn't start for at least 30 to 45 minutes after that. Passengers with no cars will get off first, and different decks for cars will be called over the PA system. I would suggest you stay in your room or on the main area of the ship until you get called. You will not be allowed to turn on your engine until directed to do so make the most of your time on the ship. The staff will guide you out of the ship and help you maneuver your vehicle through physical and verbal directions. Okay, so in conclusion, that was overall a very easy and smooth running procedure, and I would say it was much easier than flight procedures. In terms of seasickness, I personally didn't get sick at all and didn't find it rough, although there were lots of vomit bags scattered around the ship. In terms of the rocking and swaying of the ship, it's probably comparable to some vibrations when you're sleeping, and there was also a tiny bit of swaying, but it's certainly nothing that I would have to worry about. So hopefully this video was helpful in helping you plan for your trip to Tasmania if you decide to take the Spirit of Tasmania, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!